Justin Foster, who's been one of your hotter hitters in the SEC so far. What's been working for him? What stands out to you about his approach?
Well, I think the aggressive to the fastball early in the count has improved. Plate discipline has improved. I think there's been some adjustments with his swing, much more grounded in the approach. And I think the game is slowing down. He's had enough at bats now. The game's starting to slow down just a little bit for him.
Can you say that about a bunch of your guys as far as being more aggressive with fastballs?
Absolutely, and more confident, not just aggressive to the fastball, but more confident in doing so, and maybe maintaining that confidence if you don't get it throughout the at-bat.
Seems like Jake's been taking more pitches in his at-bats than he has been in the past. Was that a conscious decision on his part to see?
Well, I sure hope so. We've talked about it enough that I think the answer would have to be yeah. You know, he's about 4-to-1 last year, that ratio of strikeout to walk, and we're even. In fact, you take HBPs and walks, I think we're ahead of the strikeout total. So that's a tremendous improvement in his game, and we're benefiting from it.
Do you think seeing more pitches has led him to some more power? Because he's almost got as many doubles right now as he did the entire year last year.
Yeah, I guess you could say, you know, his game is still going to be line drives and getting on base, you know, and so the more he can walk and the reduction in strikeouts, you know, those are really positive things.
Talk about guys improving. Elijah's another one that seems to be making better contact and threw some big hits for you guys. Just kind of your thoughts on what he's done the last 4 games or so.
Well, he's been tremendous for us. You know, he got hits when it really mattered and driving in go ahead and winning runs and, you know, and doing that for us. But sometimes the game is hard and sometimes you have to be patient until it comes your way, and he's been able to do that, and hopefully he'll continue swinging the hot bat for us.
That also apply to a guy like Rowdy Jordan. He's been on a hot streak lately. Just as he stays
well, I
hot.
think all those guys are hitting better,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And I think we got a couple of guys that are in the 80 at bat range, and we got some plate appearances up over 100, and then we got the 2 that are, I don't know, knocking on the door 130, 150. Mm-hmm. You know, that type of experience can only help, you know. And so you're seeing some improvements with those kids, no question.
Connor's been getting up more hits than he usually has lately. Why do you think that's been the case?
Well, it's location, you know, and you know, I think that walk total is up to 9 maybe now, you know. I mean, so he's doing a tremendous job, but he's had a couple of innings where he's found the middle of the plate a little bit more than he did earlier. And the 2 remedies for that are to get the fastball down and have command of a second pitch. But overall, we got no complaints in Connor Pilkington. But yeah, he gave up a few more hits in a couple of the last outings.
Thoughts about Texas A&M? What makes them so good?
Well, they're pitching. You know, Rob's pitching is good every year. They've got a solid offensive group. They've got some experience. They've got nice balance, as you know most good teams do. But I think the biggest thing that when you look at Texas A&M is you look at pitching, starting pitching, and depth.
Their number 1 guy. He doesn't seem to overpower guys that much, but he does not allow that many hits. His batting average against is like someone below 200. Something like that. What stands out to you about him?
Well, when you see those numbers, you're talking about movement and change of speeds. I mean, that's typically what that is, you know. And so, in order to be that guy, you have those qualities as well as a lot of confidence, you know. And so, those are the types of guys that you face late in the year that are having good seasons, and that's who we're going to have to beat.
I think there are 11 teams right now within 2 games of each other.
Yeah,
you got
how about
Florida
that?
on the top, and then I think 1 team at the bottom. Having been coaching for so long in this league, at this point of the season, what separates a team now that lets you finish strong and?
Yeah, so you're talking about you take those 11 teams, and how do you end up being on the top half of those 11? Mm-hmm. Is what you're talking about. Well, one thing you do is you stay healthy. That's important. You don't really have a lot of control over that, but Coach Polk told me that 20 years ago, you know, and that's a huge piece moving forward. So hopefully we'll be able to do that. I think, can you sustain the confidence that you found? Can you keep your starting pitching doing what ours has been able to do, pitch 5, 6, 7 innings? If you can stay injury free, if you can keep the starting pitching to give it at a spot where it gives you a chance to win, then you got a good chance. And obviously then the other things that stayed the same over time. Can you get a timely hit? Can those guys that are hot stay hot? And can you catch a break or 2? You know, things you don't really address with your club. But, you know, you guys watch enough baseball know it's important to have Jake Mangum making a diving catch. You know, I mean that's not necessarily a break, but that's the type of thing you need to do to sustain winning and playing well and maintaining your confidence.
I wanted to get your thoughts on the dive and catch Jake made. Where it seemed like he,
Oh, the ball I could have camped under?
yeah, where he no,
I'm just kidding.
the one he ran halfway across the state to get
Yeah,
to. What did you see on that?
I think it all happened for a reason. Like, that's where he's from. So he needed something like that to happen for him. It's his last year, potentially. The dude's the fastest dude in the outfit I've ever seen. I mean, I can look one way and think there's no chance he's getting this ball and the dude's camped under it. Or that ball was hit and I knew it was mine. I was calling it, but it was a very loud crowd environment. And in my peripheral, I could see him still sprinting. And I knew he wasn't giving up on it, and I can hear him still calling it. So I kind of, I was just going to back him up. And when he dove, I was like, there's no chance. And he looked like Superman. I mean, like, I was right here, and he looked like he was this high off the ground. Still thought he didn't have a chance in the air, and he just kept going. It was pretty impressive.
But see, that's what I thought. Kind of watching it again, it looked like you had a better shot at it.
I mean, I was calling it, yeah. But then he called me off, and like last year, I don't know if any of y'all know, but we collided in the fall bad. And so I knew that if he was still going and he's calling it, he wasn't stopping. So I just kind of drifted the other way.
Was that this fall or
Last fall. And he had a bad concussion. It was terrible, but it was awesome.
You said Jake needed that, but how much have you needed these last 3 weeks for yourself and to get back going?
It just one of those things, you gotta keep going and trusting it. And I mean, I'm 21 years old. I've played baseball for more than half my life, and it's just one of those things. You have ups and downs, and getting back in the lineup and showing what I had for 1 or 2 games, allowed me to keep going, and it's worked from there.
That kind of apply to this team, showing what they can do for a couple of games, and now it's
Yes.
gone into 4 games and several series victories.
Right. There's a lot of confidence right now. And now that the younger dudes see like what it looks like to overcome things from old veteran guys, I think that they've matured a lot more. Everyone could see that the freshmen look great, and I mean, we're bonding as a team now, and we're looking like a championship team for sure.
Before the last 2 or 3 weeks, how big of a struggle was that for you mentally? Just to be on the bench, probably a spot you hadn't been in a whole lot in your life, to be on the bench some and that sort of thing.
I mean, I'm on the bench, but I was still cheering my team on. He can't be one of those guys that takes his way from the team and pouts about it. It's not how I was raised. I just kept sticking with the plan and kept pushing myself, and confidence started coming about, and it's taken off.
How does the team kind of view this weekend? Just a huge opportunity to raise your RPI even more against a quality team.
It's like you still got to respect the game. You got to take one game at a time, and we need to keep playing like we are and have confidence. And when things aren't going our way, we can only control what we can, and keep pushing.